Whoa, don't turn that dial, boys, because you just tuned into the S.A.M. Welcome back to the experience. Welcome back to the S.A.M. experience. I know you guys have been waiting a little extra longer than you normally do, but we ran into some technical difficulties, but we're back, and we're better than ever. I wanted to kind of start us off with a little bit of gamer hate, which is kind of what we're known for on this podcast. This is some...
not represent the views of everyone on the podcast.
It kind of represents all of us as one whole unit. But this is actually something that isn't related to gamer hate. This is one game that I actually like to play, and is one of like the only games I watch on YouTube, and is Pokemon.
Oh,
We have a Pokemon related topic, boys.
Max, would you say Pokemon is your favorite game series of all time?
Yeah, I think I could claim that. Yes, that is my favorite.
You can comfortably say that?
Yeah, I can comfortably say that that is like my pinnacle of gaming. Does that make me a casual?
I don't think so.
It means you have good taste.
Yeah.
There we go.
If you, I mean,
I
if it-
guess
Yeah.
Mario Kart's also pretty good, but I don't think it's as good as Pokemon. Very casual, boy.
Yeah, I'd say I'm like a casual Mario Kart fan too. I definitely haven't owned any of the games in a while though, so anyway.
All right, back to the topic.
Yeah.
So, I guess this will out me, but I live on the coast.
Max,
And-
every week you out yourself.
I know, I out myself. But really, can you really even say where I live on the coast?
No,
Anyways,
that's kind of general. You could be living on like the Gulf of Mexico or something.
Yeah,
we
I
live in,
could
like,
be.
Greenland, but they'll start narrowing it down soon enough.
I mean, water. There's a lot of water out there. One of my jobs that I do is I travel around my state and do certain types of testing. And I ended up pretty much by the ocean this week. And while I was doing my testing, I got stuck there for like 2 hours. And all I got to do was, it was like a beautiful day outside. It was like 80 degrees, and I just watched the water for 2 hours, and it was awesome. But it started making me think of this, an older Pokemon spinoff. Did you guys ever play Pokemon Rangers?
No.
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 It was like Pokemon, but you didn't do any battling, and you didn't like actually capture Pokemon. You just like kind of had like partner Pokemon to help you like solve problems. It was kind of cool. They were like the police, but more like the park rangers.
Like
than...
a rescue squadron type game or something. You were just going around like helping people who were like drowning in rivers or something.
Yeah, so like you would be like a park ranger, and you'd be like walking around the park, and then like you would like find a Pokemon, and you would befriend it by like this top system, and then you could use that Pokemon to help. Like you used a Poliwag to pull some guy out of a river or something like
Youngster Jimmy fell in the well.
that. Yeah, youngster Jimmy's in the water and his Rattata is dying. Stuff like that. But my topic is, let's say Pokemon is real. All three of us are Pokemon Rangers. Where are we going to be stationed at? Like, what kind of like environmental region? Like the mountains, the desert, the forest, the city, the ocean. Where would you want to be stationed, and who would be your partner Pokemon? The Pokemon that helps you solve problems.
Now, Max, you got to go first. You got to set the tone on this one, I think.
So, I was never like a super big water Pokemon guy, but as I got older, I really got into them, and I think like water Pokemon are really dope.
You learn to
And
appreciate
I really
them.
like, I really appreciate them, especially my favorite water Pokemon, which Sam got me a tank top to represent, which is Magikarp. Because Magikarp is really the true glow up, right?
Mm-hmm.
He starts as a Magikarp, and then he sheds all of his fat, gets yoked out of his mind, climbs up the waterfall, and becomes a Gyarados. And that's basically what I did, right? That's what I like to think. So my partner Pokemon would be Gary, aka Gerald, the Gyarados. And I would either be in like a bay, a lake, or an ocean. And just be riding around on the Gyarados' back helping out water homies.
Just be swole and
Yeah.
look cool as you surf around.
I think that'd just be like a really fun kind of like job. You just patrol like a section of the ocean or a bay. And that's I fantasized about that moment while I was doing my test, and I just sat there and just thought like, you know how cool it would be if I was just on a Gyarados right now, just rolling around. That'd be sick.
Yeah. The only thing I guess I have to say is, would you train a Magikarp up from its humble beginnings
Oh, I would
to get
have
there?
to.
You'd have to. Okay.
Yeah, I would go to the Magikarp salesman on whatever route next to Mount Moon, get me my 500 polka dollar Magikarp, and I would work with that boy day in and day out, just vibing.
That's how you build.
And
That's how you build
Bro.
the bond.
yeah, dude.
And Max would like specifically ask for like a middle of the road one too. He'd be like, I'm getting this like the most average one, and I'm gonna turn this boy into a masterpiece.
Just a straight goat, a straight Gyarados goat, dude.
I like how you use magic cards to do that little subtle self flex too, dude. I really appreciate that.
Yeah, cause the boy be kind of swole.
He did. I gotta. You do embody the magic card to Gyarados journey,
And that's why I wear that tank top Sam bought me. Any second I can wear it. Go to like a convention, I wear it. I literally was wearing it earlier before I had to put a shirt on because it's kind of cold in here.
Oh, do you fit into it again?
Well, you bought me multiples because I would grow out of them, and then you would buy me another one. So the one you got me is an XL, so I fit in that one pretty well.
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah. So for the viewers who don't know this, Max is like we say, he did the Magikarp to Gyarados journey, and his body reflects that. His body could not be contained by the tank tops early on.
Yeah, the first one Sam got me was like super dope, and I washed it once, and then I looked like a freaking sausage breaking out of the casing. And I felt so bad. I still have it. I have like 3 of the Magikarp tank tops in my closet right now. Because as soon as I would grow out of one, Sam would be like, yo, I got you, dog.
Bro, I had to see those tank tops in the wild. I love them, man.
Dude, they're so dope. Okay, so we got Ocean, Gyarados. What do you guys got?
Sam, I'll let you take the second
All right.
spot here. I don't have an answer yet. I still got to think about it.
This is a hard one, man. It's there's a couple ways I could see it going, right? If this was like a I don't know, like a Pokemon show, and we were 3 characters on it,
Uh-huh.
we would definitely end up in like the iciest region, right?
Yeah.
like a snowy region. You guys know I don't like the cold, right? I'm done with the cold. No more snow. But
All right.
I can
Well,
function. I can function in the cold, right? And I look pretty good in the jacket. You just know how it is. And
Some humble flex.
He's
humble
got the
flex.
trip. He's got the trip.
And I think the biggest thing is, right, like in the show, dude, if you have a trio on the show, there's always that one character who hates the cold, but he's hanging out anyway. So that would be me in our trio.
Okay.
But
I like that.
as for the Pokemon who's coming with me, right? But if I had the choice, I would just be in like one of like the basic like continental regions, it's just a general average region.
Okay, like the forest or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, maybe
But
not
so
so
you're
much
in
like
the
a
ice
forest,
region.
but like a bit more open than a forest.
Oh, like a Great Plains or a meadow?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I can do either. I'm a very flexible person, alright? As for the Pokemon who is with me, oh, this is a hard one. I would either have to get a Pokemon I can like ride on top of in like a pinch, like Absol or like the Ninetales, or I'm thinking, right? I would have to get a Pokemon who's just like real chill to hang out with, like a Ambipom, dude.
He has so
Dude,
many
Ambipom
hands.
would be dope.
I know, dude. The extra hand, it's so cool.
So
Wait,
dexterous.
you could probably do like Ambipom for like the generic one, and then for the icy region you could do the Alolan Ninetales.
Oh, because it's ice type.
Yeah, it's ice type. That could help you a
That's
lot.
sick, actually.
Yeah. Or you could have like, what if you had 2 partners and you had regular Ninetales and Alolan Ninetales?
Well, wait a sec. Isn't the whole thing with the regional types that they only exist within that region?
Yeah, but technically, I think Vulpix is in Black and White, which is considered the U.S., and Alolan Vulpix is Hawaii.
Wait, is Unova's considered to be like the U.S. analog?
Yeah, the third city is supposed to be New York City, like the third gym leader.
Huh.
The more you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they have a lot of like, if you like look at, like, first off, like the starters kind of reflect a little bit because like you have otters, which North American, you have like grass snakes, North American, and well, pigs can really exist anywhere, but so you have like it kind of reflects where you're at.
Dang.
The more you know.
Yeah, the more you know, man. You got the lore.
Yeah, but I could see Sam rocking around with all these like dope partners, but also hating the cold.
Yeah, I could see it too. Unfortunately.
I think if we were in the cold, I think I would want. What's that? What's Snowrunt's male evolution? He's like just
That,
one
like,
giant like
big like Yeti thing.
snowball.
no. You're thinking
Oh, Beartic.
Beartic.
Beartic would be good.
But
I don't remember what it's like. Glacy or something maybe.
are you talking about the orb?
Yeah, just the orb that floats around.
Oh, from like Diamond and Pearl. Or
Yeah, he's in Diamond and Pearl.
I forget what the thing's called.
Yeah, that's a good one. But still, Gary the Gyarados. I think I could have Gyarados anywhere. I would just be like more by the coast in this icy region. I would hate going in the water though. All right, AJ, what do you got?
Well, you got me thinking about snow and like ice and stuff like that. So like maybe I would post up in like the north, the Great White North.
Oh,
Okay.
Well, because snow like the cold kind of sucks. I'll admit to that, but I do love the snow. So I'll take with that and I'll run with it. The question then becomes, Max, do I get the opportunity to have a fire type? You know what I mean? Think about it. Wouldn't like
Yeah,
a ranger?
There's no rules.
Well, wouldn't like a ranger have a fire type? Because you gotta like go bail out
Yeah, you
people
could
who are like
defrost
lost
people
in
and
the.
stuff
you
like
gotta
that.
warm people up. when they
Yeah,
get
you gotta
lost.
warm people up. All right,
It's
so
like
That'd be really sick, dude.
that's what I'm thinking. Right, because that kind of fits the whole role of like what a ranger is. You're going
Yeah.
out. Yeah, you got like skiers trapped in avalanches and stuff like that.
You would just see me and my Pokemon in the background, just huddled around your fire boy for warmth.
So the question on top of that is then what fire type do I pick? See,
Well, you could go like, you could like do a mix of both worlds, and then like the new Darmanitan variant is an ice type, but when it goes into Zen mode, it's a fire ice type.
is that from Alola?
No, that's from the 8th generation, which I don't remember what it's called.
I did not know
Sword and Shield.
Yo,
Galarian.
how about
What's-
Torkoal?
Yeah.
Tor-
Dude, Torkoal is fire.
Torkoal's strong, like low key, very strong. And I know this, Max, from watching all those what's it called? Those challenge videos.
Flygon.
Yeah, the Flygon and other people too who get
Just absolutely destroyed
Yeah,
by
they get-
Flannery's Torkoal.
yeah, they get zucked, dude. Yo, shout out to Flygon HG. Very good
So
content
good.
on YouTube. Very good Pokemon challenge videos.
Yeah, Sam, like even if you don't really like enjoy like just like playing through like a like I don't know if you like really go through and play them, like go out of your way to play them.
Not anymore.
Watching Flygon's videos are just so entertaining
He's very good.
because he breaks down his challenges and then breaks behind like the math and the game mechanics behind it and like predictions and all. It's so crazy. It's like really fun to watch.
I think
He's super underrated.
I think I appreciate like the level of thought and like also the like challenge level that these guys like crank it up to,
Yeah.
because obviously we've all played through the games before, not all the games, but I'm saying we've all played through a game.
Mhm.
So like what that experience is. But once you start going on these like special challenges and stuff like that, like number one, it's too hardcore for me. I don't think I have the patience or the skill to pull these off. But like some of the challenges that these guys set up for themselves and then run is pretty wild. Are you guys still with
It's
me? My computer screen
Yeah.
just turned off.
Yeah.
We're
That's
still
very
here.
strange. Okay, it's back. All right, we're just gonna keep rolling
let's
then.
pretend like it didn't
Yeah,
happen.
it's
Just
fine.
pretend that didn't happen. That's cool. Thank you, computer. Um,
Going back to like
Yeah.
ice types, I think I want to change. If we're in an icy region, I want like an ice water type because then we would cover everything. Like Sam covers the land, AJ like covers rescue from like frostbite, and then we need something to save people if they're in the ocean, like on the coast.
oh yeah, dude.
And I'm thinking like a seal, maybe would be a good one.
Bro, you gotta get the buoy though.
Oh, the weasel,
Yeah.
Weasel.
the little thing with the
That
tail.
guy just
I would.
he has just the rescue look, dude. Like this guy's evolved for just picturesque rescues.
That would be good.
He's got the safety orange color going on.
Dude, he's got to be a
Easy to
floatzel
spot.
though.
Is that the evolved?
The
form?
evolved form of
Oh.
weasel,
I see. I see.
because she's got a floaty.
Oh, yeah, that's a long floaty. I'm looking at it right now.
Yeah, dude. All right, I'll go floatzel then. Damn, we got a really good rescue team going
I think
on.
we do, dude.
I like
The Sam Experience Ice Team.
Ice Team. Yeah, Rescue Squad.
Yeah, dude. Now that is fire. Speaking of computer problems, I recently blue screened the other day.
How did this happen? Do you know?
I just got up from my computer. Luckily, I wasn't working on anything, and I came back and it said, "Sorry, you blue screened."
Well, you left your computer.
And
on
I've
its
done
own for
this
too
at
long.
work like 3 or 4 times. I don't know why. What did you say, Sam?
I said you left your computer on its own for too long. It got lonely.
Yeah, it just blue screened. But do you guys have any like weird computer issues?
Well, number one, I just did some upgrades to my computer, so everything's running even smoother than before. Yeah, I don't really blue screen that often. I used to have issues with I knew my hard drive was failing, the one that like my
Mhm.
OS was on. But that's also my own fault because I was using a really old hard drive, and I was told by multiple people to just upgrade it and get it over with. So that was kind of a self-imposed issue. I will say though, on the topic of issues, is that part of my job, what I do is also I'm like sort of like the tech guy in the office,
Yeah.
so to speak. Even though I don't have like training for it or licensing or whatever, it just so happens that I'm the young and like savvy one, quote unquote.
I'm the young hip one.
Well, that's what it is, man. I just happen to be in the right place at the right time. So when people come to me and they're like, "Oh, I'm having this issue," or "Oh, like it's not printing," or whatever it is, and it's funny because 99% of the time my solution is like, "All right, so we're gonna restart your computer," and they're like, "Oh my god, you just figured it out, man! You're incredible!" And I'm just like,
That's
"No need
incredible.
to thank me. I didn't really do anything."
It's like when you fix the Wi-Fi for your parents by just unplugging it and plugging it back in.
I tell them this. I say, listen, obviously you can call me up and see what I could do about it, but like, really, you could just restart the computer. It'll probably fix whatever issue you're having. And then the best part is they're like, well, so why did it happen in the first place? And I'm like, I could not tell you. The computers speak a language I am not fluent with.
I had to decode my computer's language like about a year ago. It just wouldn't like turn on. It would get to like the booting stage and then it would be like error can't boot. So now I have a ritual. I have to turn it on and then smash the F2 key until it gets me to the BIOS menu or however you pronounce it.
Yeah,
And
that's
then go in that way to safe mode and it just starts.
So you're
and
running
I've-
in safe mode at all times.
It's not even safe mode. It's like discount safe mode because it doesn't say boot with safe mode. I just go in and it like the top corner it'll be like it'll say something along the lines of do you want to edit settings, and I'll click that and then click no, and then it'll just boot my computer up like normally.
Cool. I mean,
I don't know why, but it's just the only way to start the computer up.
that's what you
And I
gotta do.
refuse to spend money on a new computer because I don't play games.
Well, did you build your computer?
All right, we're going to get down this rabbit hole.
No.
I did not build my computer. Am I a casual for not building my computer? Yes. Now, everyone I know who's built their computer has had massive issues. So I just paid a guy who I knew could do it to do it for me.
Hey, what are you saying? And B, who did you pay?
I paid a company out of, I think, California called iBuyPower to build my computer when my house got struck by lightning.
Oh, that's
There's
right.
so much wrong with that statement.
Which part? The house getting struck by lightning or buying a computer?
But so I buy power, getting
Uh-huh.
somebody else to assemble your computer, and your house getting
Which
struck
is
by
the
lightning.
smart move.
All three, especially the house getting struck by lightning.
That's
Well, my
a
house got
goof.
struck by lightning.
know.
There's nothing I can do about
I
it.
know.
Okay, so let me lay it out for you, Sam.
Okay.
Got a job at a steel mill when he was right out of high school. He worked in the office in the steel mill. I'm not going to say exactly what I did in the steel mill, but I did run some heavy machinery. The steel mill was a half an hour away from my house, and I had to wake up extremely early to get there because they just started early. I'm laying in bed one night, chilling, and I wake up to a crash, and it sounds like everything just turns off simultaneously. It's like a whoa. And then no lights, nothing, no alarm clock, none of that. I wake up, everything's back, lights are back on. We learned the house was struck by lightning. The lightning rod is on my side of the house, and it's on the same side as my computer was, and it's on the same side of an outlet. Our house was semi-old, so it only had one lightning rod. So when it got struck, it basically just blew that up. And then it went straight up the house and then messed up the wiring in the house. And it went to my old-ass surge protector, which didn't even protect my computer, and then just went straight into my computer.
Fried it.
Fried it. So I had worked a decent amount, and I had basically a G to blow. And I'm like, I don't know how to build a computer. I'm going to have to get Hingle, Kringle, or Dingle from our voice chat, and I'm going to have to bring them in to teach me how to build a computer. Now I got to buy them beer. The computer's going to work like half the time. Because everybody I know who's built a computer, it just blows up. So I'd rather just go to a company where I can get a warranty, spend $100 for them to assemble it and ship it to me, and I'm gooch. I don't have to worry about anything. Besides, 5 years in, it doesn't boot normally, and I have to just smash F2, which is just an extra step.
Hey
I
man,
was
for
about
what
to
it's
say.
for what it's worth, that's what my brother did. You know, even though we know people who are, we'll say, capable of doing the work themselves. You know, Brian was just like, yeah, I'm just gonna get a nice deal from a company, and they'll do all the work for me.
Just going back, Sam, why am I a bad guy?
Hey, I gotta ask Max, why don't you ask me to build your computer?
Well, because at the time, I was like, Sam doesn't want to build my computer.
I mean, true. I would have said no, but you didn't ask.
Then why would you
didn't
just bring it
ask.
up?
Why did you ask?
Because I knew you would say no.
He's insulted that you didn't ask.
I am very much so.
Sam, I could barely get you out of your car to go to the gym.
Oh my
There's
god.
no way I can get you to build me a
Oh, yeah.
whole ass computer.
I'm getting deja vu right now, man. Alright.
I just kind of think it was the smart play to just buy a computer.
Honestly, yeah. I'm kind of on the get professionals to assemble it for you myself, and I say this to someone. So I've assembled my computer, and I have almost no problems with it, except I have two problems with it.
Okay, what do you got?
My computer, dude, I don't know what's wrong with my fans. I can't figure it out. I've looked at the fans 1,000 times. I've held my hand in front of them. As far as I can tell, maybe I just don't have power for enough fans, but the airflow should be good. Like, the airflow should be good. But
Uh-huh.
the inside of my computer keeps getting all dusty.
Mm.
And I've checked almost every fan, and they all are like they're doing their job. They're sucking air in one end, pushing it out the other end.
How dusty are we talking?
I don't want to talk about it. No, this is pretty
What?
like a fur coat, we'll say.
Oh my, like that bad? How long does it get? Like,
It takes
of
months to reach
course,
that
dust
point,
is
but
gonna get in your computer, but
Well, let me ask you something, Sam. Did you see inside my computer last week?
I did not.
Okay.
Well-
Because my computer doesn't have a side case because I bought it from some hobo on the side of the street.
Oh wow. I have a spare side case if you need it, man.
No, I
Okay.
upgraded recently. I'm all good. It's all
Oh,
closed now. Hopefully
that's good.
the dust issue is resolved.
I remember seeing a picture of AJ's PC and going, "What's with the sign in front of it?"
Yeah.
Like,
The sign
just
was
blocking the sign.
the metal sign just so happened to be the right size to jam into the side of the case to act as like the shield. I guess it's just the metal panel, but like the case that I had just didn't have that side panel. So yeah, we had to improvise.
Dude, I like it. That's like a testament to the human ingenuity, man. Just the
Mhm.
adaptability of man.
Mhm.
It's like
Absolutely.
slamming F2 to start your computer, baby. We out here, we're innovating.
Speaking of weird startup things, I recently transferred my whole OS over to a solid state. Shout out to my dude who gave me a new hard drive. Um,
We
But
can just name drop him. He gets real
yeah,
excited when
it's
you name
Santi.
drop him.
It's Santi. Thank you, bro. I really
Oh, I
appreciate
thought it
it.
was Evan.
No, it's not Evan this time.
Yo, shout
Evan.
out to Santi.
Shout out
Our
to dude
good friend
Santi.
Sonny.
Santi has hooked it up officially. My computer is cruising. Um,
Cruising for a bruising.
no, it's just cruising down the highway, man. But yeah, what was I saying? Right, the startup. So I switched my OS over to the solid state, but now, and actually this involves Evan, and I hope he doesn't get mad at me for calling him out here. But I was like, so Evan, how do I switch it so that it just by default boots right from the startup? Because I guess my OS is also on the old drive, and it's gonna do that
Mm-hmm.
just because I guess that's just how computers are. And he's like, oh yeah, no, just just totally wipe that hard drive. I was like, oh, but how do I just switch it over? Um, so yeah, I don't know. We'll see what happens.
Did you have
So,
to wipe the whole hard
I
drive?
haven't done that yet. So it looks like every time I
what are you
start
trying
it
to
up.
do right now?
Well, it looks like every time I start up my computer, I'm gonna have to sit there like Max and hit F12 and make sure it boots from the solid state instead of my old drive.
Oh, so it's automatically trying to boot from your old drive.
Well, I don't know. I haven't gone that far yet. I haven't shut my
What do you?
computer off.
Oh, okay. Well, definitely
Yeah.
try that, but you can just change the boot order of your.
Oh, there is a way to do that.
Yeah. You got to go into like your BIOS and then just change the boot order of your drives.
You know what's you want to hear something?
Dude, Sam out here, IT guy.
I could feel Evan getting mad at me just
I
for
know.
just for
Hey,
saying
yeah.
this
Seeing-
shit.
I
He's sitting
could-
there listening right now, and he's like, "This guy's a dumbass. I told AJ all this shit. Why is he calling me out?"
I could see him.
I could
in-
feel the
It's
exact
10:30 in the morning. He's watching the episode as soon as it comes out on hashtag SoundCloud.
Mm.
Just slamming a sando by the beat or by the pool, just furious, red faced.
He's like shooting me a text. Yo, what the hell, man?
We're gonna have to put an apology in next episode.
I know.
Dude, we're gonna have to apologize to the gamers because we hate gamers.
I don't know, man.
Uh,
Have we
uh,
deployed enough gamer hate today?
We haven't hit my quota. I have a certain to get Bob to continue to sponsor us. We need to have a certain amount of gamer hate
We're about to
in every
we're
episode.
about to lose Evan's sponsorship too.
Oof.
Do you think Evan would sponsor us?
Hey, he sponsored us in different ways.
True.
That sounds like he's selling you guys hard drugs.
No, he helped me
So-
put together
Yeah.
this computer.
He is so one of our businesses who sponsors us, right? For the viewers, it's actually known as the Parts Pipeline. And
Ooh.
Evan is not he is not necessarily the owner of the Parts Pipeline, but you could say he is the pipeline through which all parts flow.
Exactly.
Yo, he's the conductor.
Yeah. So in one way or another, parts go, even if they're not his parts, they go through him before they change hands usually. So the Parts Pipeline, man, it just keeps a lot of people together and on top. And
It's true.
we haven't had a sponsor, like an ad sponsorship from them yet, but we will get an ad on here from them at some point.
The parts
Maybe
pipeline.
next episode.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let me ask you guys something. We are now at
Yeah, hit us.
30 minutes exactly as I say this. We are hitting 30 minutes. We could either A, Max, you dive into a caveman tale, if it's not too long, or B, we take our breather now and then return after the ad read, which will, we'll see.
I'm down for Bobby's Big Spoon
Bobby's Big
If we're-
Spoon. That's our.
if we're ready for that ad read.
Well, let me ask you this: what's this week's caveman story looking like?
It's kind of a long boy. It's called Max's Big Move.
All right, so let's take a breather and then we'll come back and dive into that.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
All
Let's
right.
do that. Are you tired of how many times you have to move your spoon to the bowl to get full off some cereal? If you said yes to that, then you're going to love Bobby's new product. Bobby's Big Behind Cereal Spoon. That bad boy can hold almost a whole cubic meter of Captain Crunch, which is pretty impressive. There is a problem though. You'll never be able to eat out of it. But it is one heck of a novelty gift, almost like Toilet Tunes. This episode goes out to our subscribers, all 11 of you beautiful people. We love seeing that you're watching the videos, and it would mean the world to us for you to send us some postcards. We haven't done a postcard in a little bit, and just hearing your guys' beautiful topics would make our day so much better. Thanks again for watching, and just keep on vibing, boys. Welcome back to the S.A.M Experience. We really appreciate everybody who's made it this far and listened to our beautiful ads, and our special thanks to our subscribers, all 11 of you beautiful people.
Love you. Love you guys.
Really do.
Yeah, we love those guys. Shout out to those guys.
Even the gamers, especially the gamers.
Now we're pro.
Hard
we're
pass.
We're pro gamer here.
Yeah.
Well, let's hop into the Caveman Saga. We are on episode 4, I believe. Max's Big Move, similar to Max Keeple's Big Move. So, I'm in the house. We're on week 2 of school. I've spent all of my time doing homework and cleaning up after the caveman. There's no in between. Oh, also the gym, but that doesn't count. That's not free time. School is ramping up at a rapid pace. I never thought Calculus 18 was going to be so difficult.
Spanish calculus.
Spanish calculus is getting real rough. And the worst part is the room across from mine and young Zanzibar's room is supposed to be my room, but the people that moved out still have all their stuff in there. And one day I come home and I'm just so fed up with school. The caveman's not there, young Zanzibar's not there, that I get all of their stuff wrangled up. I bring it up to the attic, which I don't know if you guys noticed, there was an attic up there.
Missed that.
And I bring all the stuff to the attic. I get up there and I realize that all of the attic windows are open. And they've been open for a long time. So we've been wasting a lot of money bumping up the heat to keep up with the cold weather. It was actually right by the kitchen. You could get up to the attic. So I single-handedly bring a whole bunch of mattresses, bring all that stuff upstairs. And then I roll in my one piece of furniture, which is my bed. I wait for young Zanzibar to come back to put my desk in. And I'm all set. I have my own room. I'm all excited. And then, like an hour afterwards, the group chat goes off, and it's from the boyfriend of the caveman's sister. And he goes, "Hey, guys, me and my family are coming on Saturday, and we're going to get all the stuff that's in the room across from young Zanzibar and Max." And I went, "Oh, my God. I can't believe this. If I would have just waited until Sunday, I would have been good." Well, we had a whole bunch of furniture, right? Tons of furniture. We had couches. We had like TVs that I never watched, tables, plates, all this stuff. Well, it was all that guy's. And he was coming to move out. So we were going to be living in just a completely empty house. We would have one table, empty living room, empty dining room, and then just the stuff in our own rooms, right? So he comes, I introduce myself to his family, and I say, "Can I help you guys? I moved all the stuff to the attic. I was upset. I wanted my own little spot. I'm willing to help you guys." And so they're appreciative, and I help them a little bit. I just help them with the heavy stuff, and then I go to my room and I work. And during that time, the mother and the father of the boyfriend come to me and say, "Hey, are you going to be okay living with him? He is a menace." And I'm just like, what? Are you telling me to get out? And by the way, I can't get out. Like, I can't screw Z over. If I leave, my name's not on the lease. So they're going to have to split the rent 3 ways.
Oh, no.
Right? It is an expensive house because it is pretty close to campus. It's not the most expensive on campus, nor will it be the least expensive, but it is in mid-range.
You can't burn the
house.
money, yeah.
And I can't screw Z over like that. And I need a place to live.
Yeah.
I thought about sleeping in my car for a while, but I was like, this isn't sustainable.
Did you actually?
Yeah, I did.
My God.
There was a long bit of time where I was mapping out how I could put my mattress. If I took out the passenger seat, I could lay my mattress out if I had like a piece of wood. And I could have my mattress like basically on the center console, and I would have just enough room to fit it in.
God, that's desperate, man.
Yeah, and I was like, I can't do this to young Zanzibar. I gotta stay.
Well, at least you had solidarity with him. You know, the two of you were together in your suffering.
Yeah, but during that time where we're loading and unloading things, young caveman comes in and throws like almost like a hissy fit because stuff is leaving the house. And he's like throwing like his clothes on the floor, like in front of the parents. He's like being all like gross. And also he smells horrible for some reason. There's no reason why he smells bad. He just does.
Just like
for this day.
Did he needs a shower?
He definitely needed a shower. Like a big shower. And he comes and he avoids both the parents. He avoids the boyfriend. And he comes over to me and he dabs me up. And like unwillingly dabs me up. Like I don't put my hand out or anything. He just comes in and does like a slight hug and gets like all of his like weird juices on me and then leaves. And I look at the boyfriend and I go, dude, I don't know how you even dealt with him for how long you dealt with him for. Because of course the caveman has already left the house. And he goes, dude, I moved out like 2 weeks into living with him. I couldn't do it. And I'm like almost at week 2. And I'm like, no way, dude, really? And he was like, yeah, the dude has his hands in his mouth all day and he's spitting out his fingernails everywhere, which I didn't know at that point. I never seen him do it. So now shoes are definitely on at all times, even when I'm in the shower. And he goes, yeah, and I have to just babysit him all day, and I don't want to do that. And I'm like, oh my God, you're truly a champion. You literally, you saw this, and you got out. I felt like I was in Get Out. Like, everybody was warning me I needed to go, and I was like, I'll be all right. So I help him move all the stuff out of the house. I learn all about how he's basically defiled this man. And they leave. And when the caveman comes back, he goes, where's all the stuff? And I go, what stuff? And he goes, like, the couches and the tables and the plates. And I was like, well, we have 4 plates. They were my plates. I brought them. And we have a couple sets of silverware, a few cups that I brought, and the pots that your sister left you. And he was like, but that was ours. And then I had to explain to him how possessions work, which was a wild ride. That just because it was in his line of sight didn't mean it was his.
What are you talking about here?
Like, he didn't understand that other people owned things.
Like the house, like the stuff just belonged to the house? It was built into the house?
Yeah. Like, he thought that it was all his sister's. And I was like, did your parents buy it for her? It's like, no. Did she buy it? No. Did you ever see it before it came to this house? No. Then it probably wasn't your sister's.
Oh my god.
Just because it's your sister's boyfriend doesn't mean that it's yours.
But
So I
the
thought
boyfriend
that
belongs to the sister.
So he lives in the house, therefore everything in the house belongs to him.
Not necessarily. It
Yeah.
belongs to the house that he lives in.
Well, yeah, exactly. And
I
by
don't wanna go-
extension, I'm sorry. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah,
please.
well, no, continue.
We're in the weeds here, man.
No, we're fine being in the weeds because I'm going to bring up another little bit of a story that I didn't think I was going to tell about the caveman.
But
But at the end of this week, me and my boy Danger were house hunting because for our next year, we needed a house to live in. And he was like, "You're going house hunting?" And I was like, "Yeah, I got to find a place to live in next year." And he goes, "But like we live here." I was like, "What do you mean, caveman?" And he was like, "We're living here next year." And I'm like, "No, we signed a lease for like 2 months." And he was like, well, "Yeah, but I'm still living here next year." And I said, "Did you sign a lease again?" "No." It's like, people came in and already signed the lease for next year, right? It's like, "Yeah, I'm living with them." It's like, "Do they know this?"
Wait, what?
And then he's like, I think so." It's like, "Did you talk to them about this?" "No, I live here." And then I had to explain to him that how leases worked. And that after the year, we get booted.
was he under the impression that he like moved there? Like he was like a resident
like,
of like the
He
like
had the impression
owned?
that he was a resident, and then when other people came to live there, they would have to live with him.
I mean, that's basically what he's been taught up to that point, right? Like, it sounds like he
Basically.
had no active part of making the decision to live there. He just lived there, and then roommates just rotated in and out around him. He was just a permanent fixture of the house. Like,
Well, didn't his sister bring him along initially?
Yeah, his sister brought him around
So
originally.
so I guess he could have been shielded from like all this information in some bizarre fucked up kind of way.
Or maybe they were telling him, but it never got through. Because it still didn't get through to him towards the end.
so I gotta ask, man,
Incredible.
I gotta
Just
skip to
incredible.
the end. Did he ever leave the house, or like, is he?
Yeah. I helped his dad move. We gotta blur that name out. The caveman wasn't there when I helped his dad move out.
Okay.
Which is one of the reasons why his dad was like, "I wish you were my son."
Oh, I'm so
That is
proud of
such a
you.
bomb to drop.
I know.
That is such.
Dude, you know how awkward it was for me to stand on that other side of that?
What did you say?
I was like, "Yeah, okay."
Okay, or you should have been like, I don't know. What do you say to that, actually?
We will get into that real heavy when we get there. We still have, I think we still have 15 stories before we get to that part.
Well,
But man,
so I
caveman.
have is that the end of your story for today, Max? I do
yeah,
apologize.
we're not gonna get into shoes on the counter yet.
No, we
That'll be next week.
So I have one takeaway from this, and I wanna bring it up, and I guess this could spur
Yeah.
into a discussion. But I reached a revelation during that story, okay? And I want to hear what you two have to say about this because I think it's pretty deep. You ever like sit around and think that like some stupid little mistake you've made, like some tiny little thing that nobody ever noticed, is gonna like ruin like your relationship with everybody. Like people aren't gonna talk to me. Like I just totally screwed my whole life over on like one little tiny thing you might have done.
Yeah.
I'm talking
Mhm.
like you literally accidentally, I don't know, spilled somebody's lunch on the ground or something. Like something as like simple as that, right?
Yeah.
Little tiny thing. Okay.
I I do that all the time. I overthink shit all the time.
Well,
Are you saying
it's
this is
just like
overthinking or like actually this is gonna ruin your life?
no, so like no, not actually, but like little
Oh, okay.
tiny like infractions, or like say you said something weird in like a social context, but maybe it wasn't actually that weird. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
just I'm talking like
Yeah.
tiny little simple things.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Now, I feel like that's like a very normal thing to have happen to you where you just feel like, "Oh man, like I just did something weird and now nobody's going to talk to me, whatever. It's over," right? Like I'm going to be
Uh-huh.
totally ostracified. No, wait, what's the word?
Ostracized.
Ostracized. Damn it, you know why I said never mind.
Oh
We're not going to get
no.
into that. Anyway, but the point I was trying to make here is that this guy just does not have that like level of I don't know. Like how do you not have this like reaction to the things you do where like people are like, "Wow, this is like horrible. I'm doing horrible things to the people around me."
See, that's there's a mixture of that's two things right there. That's being self-conscious and that's being self-aware. And this person does not seem to be aware of himself or conscious of how he affects others.
That much is
Uh,
abundantly clear.
my buddy Jake is gonna love this bit because we went to school with this guy, right? Went to high school with him. And throughout all of high school, he was told he was the greatest thing since sliced bread because he could play the song from Shrek on the piano, and that's what made him into this monster.
Max, you
Everybody
have to be
throughout the
kidding me
years,
right now.
yeah, everybody throughout the years thought he was the bee's knees because any talent show he would play Shrek, the song from Shrek on the piano,
Was this?
and
Uh, Keep going, actually.
and he would get praise, and people would cheer for him, and that's what made him into this monster.
And did
And
he
He
actually
thought
manage
just
to
because he could.
get years worth of mileage out of this?
he
Oh
coasted.
yeah,
He coasted
this
on
guy was the most
playing.
popular kid in my high
Are
school.
you, are you sure?
Yeah, in my class, this was the most popular kid.
Sam, didn't you go to school with him?
I've
Yeah, but Sam was a year older than me
I've never met this kid in my
Oh.
life.
because he was sitting in his sister's shadow because his sister was a year older than him.
Yeah, she was also like top of her class.
Yeah,
Oh, this is putting a lot of puzzle pieces together for me.
yeah, his sister was a success.
But wait, back to this dude. He literally coasted off of playing the piano at a talent show
No, he
and
could only play
coasted on
one
that.
song on the
That's what
piano.
I'm saying. He played one song once a year at a talent show and coasted on that for years.
Yeah,
Max,
yeah.
you have to be omitting some other details from this story. There is no
No,
way that is
so throughout all of high school, that was like basically what he was known for was like the piano guy, like the showman. And he actually had he would like just have it laying around his room like a sequenced uh like suit that he would wear, and it was all dirty and gross. But he had a guy who would come out with him that would sing, and then they were
Oh,
like
that's
the
powerful.
bee's knees. But when he got to college, all of his friends were like, I think we only really liked you because you were like popular in high school, but now you're not. So like deuces. And they just like everybody would just like fleed from him. Realized how much of a train wreck he was getting to be.
Just when you think about it, dude, right? Like, I mean, I remember towards the end of my high school time, I was like, oh, because you know, you had your friends, but then you had your like your high school friends, right? Like, you had your friends who you were only friends with because you had to interact with every day, and that's not a
'cause
bad thing, mind you.
no,
That's
because you had to
Yeah.
survive the classes you were
yeah,
in or something
it's
like
like how
that.
you have some friends who you don't talk to outside of work. That doesn't make you any less friends, but just means that you only talk to them when you're in the same area. And so I had a whole bunch of people where I was like, oh, I'm gonna miss these guys so much. All the ones I'm not gonna call. Oh well. And then like 2 days after high school, I realized I only had to talk to the people I wanted to hang with outside of high school, and I was like, wow, this is really cool actually.
Mm.
And
Yep.
it's kind of like that, right? Like they were at the end of the day, they were friends out of necessity. Well, not really necessity, but just he was popular.
Survival.
Yeah, or not even just survival, but like not maybe
Proximity.
yeah,
Proximity.
proximity. And once that proximity was gone, they realized he wasn't offering much.
In,
He
in,
did
in
have
reference to the
friends
caveman.
that played video games with him, but besides that, I don't think he really had much.
Let me ask you another question, Max. This is also again sort of all connected, but you you said he was big into smoking the devil's lettuce, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he would do it with this guy named RJ, which we'll get into him like on another day.
No relation to AJ, right?
No relation to AJ.
Um,
But RJ was a creepy dude.
as somebody who's been in circles like that before, not that specific circle, but circles like that before, it's exactly what Sam said. It's proximity. You just happen to have the same like interest or habit. Like you're not necessarily like the closest, but like you become friends out of
It,
just like whatever like your hobby or you're doing at the time is.
yeah, you constantly see each other. You just get along. Like that's it.
Exactly.
You're not necessarily friends, but you're two people who get along and you share the same friends, you share the same interests and all that.
Yeah, like I mean, at the end, I mean, at high school there was like all the kids in like I don't know, there was like the kids in like the AP classes, for example, right? So like, yeah, I was friendly with all these people, and like, of course, like if I saw them now, it'd be cool. But like, did I hang out with them anymore after high school? Not really. Um, but yeah, I see what Sam's saying.
Yeah, like you have your high school friends. He had high school friends that he just figured were his friends. But he didn't realize that they were just high school friends.
Yeah.
I, I think I'm still just completely lost on the fact that like this dude was able to like absolutely act like the biggest degenerate, like just do like such disgusting and appalling things to the people like literally living with him, and you just get away with it. You know what I mean? Like I would feel so bad for like little
But
things I would do to my housemates. You know?
the question is, did he get away with it though, dude? Because if you're at the point where your sister and her boyfriend are fleeing the house 2 weeks of living with you because they don't want to live with you, and your father is saying, "I wish this other guy who I've met like twice was my son,"
Yeah, I'm disowning you, son, because I
And
want Max to be my son
uh,
instead.
he.
when we get to how I met the father, it's a great
Oh,
story.
I can't wait, dude.
These segments, dude. These segments make my week. They disturb me greatly. Like I am sick to my stomach right now. But
That one was a
it's such a good part of
that
the
one
week.
was a slow build, but I think next week shoes on the counter, that's a fire one.
That's just
That's
just
when I
flames.
heat up.
Flames.
Yeah.
Max, I
That's
want
when
to see you start fighting back against this.
there's some yelling in the next one.
Man.
And a lot of fun posts in the group chat, but that's a farther distance.
Max, what
A lot of it was me, like I really think a lot of it was me trying to make Caveman like a livable person, but it ended up just like kind of backfiring.
Oh.
And we got to the like there's points in time where me and the Caveman are like our friends. Like I would just can be like walk by and like talk to him and have a real conversation with him. And like I even went out with him one night. Like I went and hung out with him one night to make him feel better. But really besides that, we coexisted towards the end. Like he didn't talk to me or young Zanzibar for a while because we would just like gang up on him.
I wonder why, dude. There's only so much shit a person could take.
And his best excuse was like he tried to blame me in one of the group chats that I just didn't know how to live with people
You didn't.
and that it was compromise. And then I was like, you don't do anything. You don't get to compromise.
Whoa.
If you don't do any chores, you're exiled.
You have no leg to stand on if you don't do anything to support the house. Like there's baseline like there's basic things you have to do as a member of like a house with other people. Like if you see the garbage full, you have to take that out. Like bare minimum.
Yeah, you can't just leave that for the other members of the house to take out every single time. Like, if there's 3 people living in a house, the 3 of you do have to live and take part in living in that house. And the thing about compromise, it implies that you are moving from your position to meet somebody in the middle.
Exactly.
Uh,
I didn't move. I was.
Well,
I would
you had
not
no reason
compromise
to.
with
You
the
had no
caveman.
because
reason
the
to.
other person does it. Your counterpart there kind of placed the middle, like picked up the bar, placed himself at the middle of the bar, and then was wondering why you were looking at him weird.
What a sick fuck. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say the guy I lived with, who every time you talk about the caveman, I get flashbacks to this guy I lived with. Although I know for a fact, they're totally incomparable. Like the guy I lived with had a lot of weird like quirks and like disgusting habits and stuff, but like it never got to like anywhere near what you've described.
We're only on week 2.
Oh no!
We haven't even got to shoes on the counter.
Coming up next week, shoes on the counter.
All right, you guys want to play this game?
We got another game.
I have 2 games, but we're only going to play one tonight.
All right.
Dude, if it's anything like last time, this is gonna be hype.
Super size me. Here are the rules. Each of us will pick one fast food restaurant that we can only eat at for the rest of our lives. I'm talking chain fast food restaurant. You have to eat every meal there, no matter what. And we're going to see who has the best decision.
I need a rule clarification.
Yes.
Where do you draw the line on fast food? Like, what is the highest end you would consider to be fast food? That, like, once you cross that, everything beyond it is no longer fast food.
I do not consider. We're ruling out Chipotle.
Okay,
I was
Chipotle
gonna-
is too
I-
easy.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
Yeah,
too.
that's so.
I'm talking like McDonald's,
Oh, so we're talking like
Hardee's,
we're like the
Wendy's,
base level
Taco
stuff.
Bell.
The base level.
base stuff.
Okay.
Stuff that is cheap, quick, and probably extremely
Does
disgusting.
Chick-fil-A count?
Chick-fil-A will count for this,
That's fair.
but if you pick it, I'm gonna judge you.
Yeah, we'll have an exemption clause for Chick-fil-A because
Yeah.
even though it is kind of
It
it's
counts,
like-
but it's like an SS tier pick, dude. You can't count it.
yeah.
It's
We'll
gonna
just all right. We'll put the Chick-fil-A ban is in effect.
Okay, I already have my superior option, and it's gonna blow your guys' options out of the water. Should I go last because I am the M in the S.A.M experience?
No,
Well,
you should go first this time. I want to hear it.
Okay, we'll switch it up.
Yeah,
We'll go
yeah.
backwards,
yeah.
which still makes AJ in the middle. So Sam, you're gonna have to go next.
All right. So be it.
So my superior pick is Subway.
Whoa.
This is big because, of course, your boy hasn't eaten at a Subway since he was 9. But Subway pizza,
So
I wouldn't eat that shit. Why I'm going to Subway is because I need something that I can still get swollen yoked off of. Right? The best way for me to do that is the greens and the microwavable chicken breasts. I'm going to need to go hard salads at the Subway pizza line. And we're going to go ham. And every once in a while, I'll treat myself to the cakey like bread and the disgusting meatball marinara as a cheat day. They have cookies. That can be another cheat meal. And I can start getting crazy with it because there's so many options and diversity in what I can do.
they have a decent chip selection too.
They have. Oh, I totally forgot about chips.
You
I
know.
hate chips.
You hate
By
chips?
the way. So my teeth are funky, and chips always get stuck in the tops of my teeth, and I hate that shit. Snap. I'm really trying to not use curse words, but I keep on going. So
It's good.
I think that Subway is the superior pick because I'm still going to get mildly yoked. I'm going to have to really play along with serving sizes, and I'm going to have to really hit the vegetables hard.
You're gonna be eating a
But at
chicken
least-
sandwich without the sandwich part quite often.
Yeah, I'm going to eat a lot of their salads, which are very small and expensive. But I'm going to have to do it, and every once in a while I'll treat myself to a meatball marinara sandwich on their cake-like bread, because their bread is considered cake, by the way, if no one knew this. There's so much sugar in it, it's classified as cake.
I think I read that somewhere.
Yep.
That's
But they're
disgusting.
making a come up. They got Subway pizza under their belt. If I'm really feeling wild, I'll get the Subway pizza.
Well, let me tell you something else too, Max, that I don't think you even considered. And this statistic might be outdated, but I remember hearing it maybe 2 years ago. You ready for this? There are
Yeah.
more Subway franchises in the world than McDonald's. It is the number one fast food franchise, like location wise, in the entire world.
So I'm always gonna be eating.
You can go virtually anywhere and you will find a Subway.
I used to work for a guy who owned a whole bunch of Subways, but that's another story.
It's besides the point.
He actually ended up owning the Subway pizza.
My good friend from college worked at Subway for a while, and he made Subway pizzas, dude. Not Subway pizzas. He made pizzas at Subways.
Oh, I have a super good Subway story. I have eaten at Subway
Recently?
recently when I was my sophomore year of college. We would go up to campus to do labs, and I went to a Subway once that was unmanned. It was just open, but nobody worked the counter. And I went to the bathroom, and somebody laid a bridge to Terabithia, and I tried to flush, and it didn't go down, and then it started overflowing,
So-
and I ran out, and I used the girls' room.
Let me ask you a question here. You said somebody laid the bridge.
It was not me.
So you walked in, discovered
I
it.
walked in, discovered it, and I was like, I can flush this down. And I tried to flush,
So
and it
brave.
just overfilled. And it, you know when you fill a glass too high and the meniscus kind of goes?
Oh,
It did that,
Oh.
and I fucking bolted out of the bathroom, and I went into the ladies' room,
so you
and I used the ladies'
so you
room.
just vandalized the Subway, this unmanned Subway, and
Yeah. Dude, it took us like a half an hour to find an employee.
He's on Smoko.
I don't know what he was doing. Probably sleeping in the back.
Heard that.
Probably just hanging out in the walk-in freezer.
probably devising a plan
Anyways.
to take care of the bridge.
Yeah, dude, probably trying to find like a box to cut it up with or something. All right, so Subway pizza, or not Subway pizza, just Subway in general is my pick for super size.
That's a very good start point, I think, because you can do a lot with Subway.
Yeah, agreed. Okay, so here's my super size me. Who's ready to challenge the great Subway?
You know, I heard
way of subs.
Sam's up next.
I mean, I'm not the A dude, but I'll switch it up. You can just call me Am. Now, Subway, good start. Like D tier pick, dude. Only tasteless people would pick Subway, and as for my Subway consuming viewers, you deserve whatever you get. Okay.
Sam's
No,
not wrong.
the thing about Subways, man, the sandwiches are. I don't know. My experience, and maybe I've just been going to bad Subways, dude. But a Subway sandwich has never done it for me.
Yeah, you're going to regular Subways.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say this.
Okay.
I like the smell they pump through the vents when you walk in.
Oh yeah, that smells good.
The
That smell hits different.
fresh bread, like air, like scent, is
They
spot on.
Oh, yeah, mind you,
Spot
whatever they do to get that smell was not actually connected to the food inside. Just
That,
so
I,
you know.
that-
Yeah,
that's
they-
why I specifically worded it that way. I'm well aware that that's not natural. That's not the actual breads.
the breads are cake, baby.
But I should proffer a actual suggestion then, right? So now Chick-fil-A, as we discussed, was like the SS tier pick, like that would actually break the game, so we can't choose that. But
Oh, you can choose it. I'll just think
oh,
of it
no,
differently.
no.
Nah, I think we collectively banned it. It's a
yeah,
banned
Okay.
pick.
an informal ban. Now the pocket pick, though, right? What do we think about Arby's?
Never been.
Does that count as a fast food or no?
It does.
That counts as fast
It does.
food.
All right.
Yeah.
Arby's, right?
I-
It's like the Chick-fil-A, but they do burgers, and also the burgers aren't as healthy, and also it's not Chick-fil-A. And there's like 2 employees there, and while they won't punch you in the face, they don't like you.
Interesting.
It's like the Popeyes of Chick-fil-A.
So they're not. So Sam, you're telling me they're not men and women of God.
Yeah, they're not exactly, you know. They're not like like devil worshippers. They're not smoking the devil's lettuce or
Oh,
anything.
okay. Oh, good to know.
Yeah, you know. But I mean,
I wasn't implying that, but
oh,
good to
okay,
know.
well, they're not doing anything wild. Like you're not. You don't have to fight them for your food like you might at like McDonald's or Popeye or something, right? But and that's the thing. It's a safe pick. That's the biggest thing about Arby's. You won't have like the best tasting burgers, but they're not gonna taste bad. The chicken is nothing like Chick-fil-A, but they're not. It's not gonna be bad chicken. They've got a great variety on the menu. They've got good deals, moderate prices. They're just average. And sometimes when you're looking for fast food, that's what you need. Not only
But
that,
could you do average for the rest of your
that's
life?
the thing. See, I could. I could.
You know,
I kind of feel like there is certain things on the Arby's menu that slap. Like I
Yeah,
remember their milkshakes slapping pretty hard.
there's enough that's like above average that it's good, and very little of the Arby's menu is like actively bad. It's just not amazing. But it's got enough menu variety, and enough of that variety is average to above average that I feel like it could sustain you for a long time. Like my original choice was gonna be Taco Bell of the like the approved choices, right? But when I think about Taco Bell, the thing is so much of it is just actually like taco meat, and I could
they,
not
Yeah.
be sustained off of taco meat for the
they,
rest of
they
my life.
also gutted the menu.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that too.
You're really working on
You know,
straws now.
like maybe 10 years ago, Taco Bell. Like when it was at like the height of
Yeah,
its like
full mass.
strength. Yeah,
It was really living moss.
it was living moss.
I really do think Arby's is a super good pick, Sam. But how much weight are you willing to gain for this role?
I mean, how much weight would you
Because
be
you're
willing
either
to gain
eating there
for?
once a day and you're eating off the value menu, you're spending $3 eating off the value menu and going hungry the rest of the day, or you're gaining 50 pounds the first year.
Well, you can say that about pretty much any of the fast food places.
I feel like I'm not going to gain 50 pounds eating the crappy Subway salads.
No, you're not. You're gonna be losing weight because you're gonna be vomiting in the bathroom every morning.
Yeah, you're gonna have listeria
Yeah.
poisoning. That's
That's why I picked it. Okay, I do think Arby's is a pretty good look.
Let me actually make an argument on behalf of Sam
Okay.
because I haven't personally. I don't think I've ever been to an Arby's. I'll be completely honest with you. However,
Fries slap really hard.
However, their marketing is extremely good, and they always I always see them having new sandwiches on rotation. So I think Sam in the variety department at least has us beat because they just bring in new stuff all the time.
Yeah, they are bringing in all these crazy
I
stuff.
see, they got like always like new deals on different kinds of sandwiches. Then they had like a gyro deal, and then they had like a different kind of fries. So like it seems like the rotation is pretty solid.
Yeah.
Damn, my mouth.
So Sam
is
does have
watering.
versatility.
Yes, Sam. And for that, I award Sam extra points in that department.
Thank you.
Listen, man, credit where credit is due.
So, AJ.
So, I'm torn. There's like a realistic pick based on like food choice and like
Uh-huh.
what I actually want to do. And then when I was really thinking about it, I was like, you know what? What would I actually be happy going to every day? And I think I might go with that option.
I say go with that one. That
Yeah,
could
I
be a
think
good
so
meme.
too. You ready for it, dude? It's kind of on brand, and it's kind of gonna like make you think, like, huh, that doesn't really count, but it actually does. And my answer is Dunkin' Donuts.
Oh, it does count.
Oh,
So
You're gonna eat this cake every day?
no, dude, they have microwaved eggs. I'll have you know, you can get a microwaved egg wrap every morning. All right, that's protein. Don't laugh
Uh-huh.
at, dude. You can get a Beyond Meat sausage item. All right.
Interesting.
Yeah, true, dude. If you're feeling really crazy, you could get like one of their like bacon like sandwiches or something. So
Okay.
like, yeah, it's all breakfast foods, but there's moderate variety, I would say.
Did you just pick that so you could drink coffee?
I was getting there.
oh.
We didn't get to that
You
point
see,
yet.
an addict's got an addict, dude.
Let me tell you guys something. I had 3 cups of coffee today, and it was great. I was at the diner, and I just could not stop drinking their delicious coffee.
Well, diners just slap.
Absolutely.
I've never been to a bad diner.
Let's pivot away from this and back to Dunkin'. Would you guys
Yes.
like if you both of you elect to ban Dunkin', you could ban it and we can go to my actual pick. Otherwise, I'm
No.
sticking to Dunkin' and I'm sticking to my guns.
is acceptable. I just think it's a very
It's a cop out.
alternative pick.
Well,
No,
it
no,
is.
no. I think it's like you're kind of handicapping yourself there because, like you said, it's just a lot of breakfast food. So I think it's a very bold
Yeah.
pick, you know.
I think I definitely am handicapping myself. I thought long and hard about this. I was like, in terms of like substantial food, like a substantial meal, you can't get anything like truly. I'm never because I'm eating there every day for the rest of my life. I'm never sitting down and having like a meal ever again in my life. It's just not
Yeah,
gonna happen, dude. I'm having
you're
like
just eating
I mean
microwavable breakfast
I
sandwiches and
mean
donuts.
yeah, I mean donuts and hash browns.
And you're so wired off of caffeine all the time.
But there's so many varieties of caffeine, dude. I'm never gonna be sick of it. I'm gonna have so many different coffee beverages to enjoy.
I am going to throw another curveball in there, Sam.
Okay.
So at the Dunkin' Donuts that was at school, there was a cabinet with different types of drinks in it. So he will have versatility in the drink department. I remember it having Cokes and like Powerades and stuff.
True.
So he will have a diversity in the drink department,
I have
but he will need to eat a fucking dozen donuts a day to survive.
Well, let me put it this way, Max. I could sustain myself on Beyond Meat sausages as my sole source of protein for the rest of my life. I won't listen. It won't kill me. Everything else
I
might.
do. I really think that you gotta lock in Dunkin' Donuts, but I would like to hear the other option.
The other option was a very standard issue pick. I was gonna go with Wendy's. I've always been a Wendy's.
Wendy's
I've
is
always been a Wendy's
solid
guy,
one.
and the reason is because I like. Ooh, oh, it's
Whoa.
Sam. You there, brother?
We lost Sam, but continue.
All right. We'll just keep rolling.
Yeah.
So yeah, Wendy's. I've always been Wendy's guy. I think their burgers are above average for fast food. In fact, probably a borderline S tier.
They are very good burgers.
Um,
And the chili is just leftover burger meat, so that's like a
I
win-win.
didn't know that. I've never had their chili, but I suppose
That's why the chili was invented, was because they were like, and the chili in Wendy's was invented, not just chili in general.
Max, you have blown my mind once again.
Yeah, the owner was like, how are we going to get rid of all these like burgers we can't use? And they're just like, throw it in the chili.
I did not know
Bingo,
that.
Wendy's chili.
I did not know that. But yeah,
So you got chili, you got chicken nuggets, you got french
yeah, I
fries,
was
you
gonna
got
say
burgers.
their chicken's not bad, and I like their fries too. So I think, again, I'm gonna feel pretty greasy, but I think I could do Wendy's. I've always
My dad loves Wendy's breakfast. He says that it slaps.
what do they have for breakfast? I've never had their breakfast.
They have baconated breakfast sandwiches.
Do they have egg sandwiches? Can I get some
Yeah.
egg protein? Oh, that's
Yeah, you get
that's
some egg protein. I think
huge.
they got like chicken biscuits and stuff.
And they got salads sometimes too.
Yeah. And you got coffee. There
And
is
I do have
coffee at
coffee.
Wendy's.
It might not be Dunkin', variety,
it's coffee.
but it's coffee. It's coffee. So yeah, maybe Wendy's my option B. Let me ask you something, Max. What would your option B be? Did you have something like a backup plan?
Honestly, I didn't think about it until a second before I threw out the idea. But I kind of genuinely think that if I had to pick like another option,
Right.
it would have to be Taco Bell.
The bell.
And I would just get really creative with dissecting their items into different different stuff, because they used to have a powerlifting menu.
Man.
Like they used to have like a protein plus menu.
Let
They
me
had like a burrito that was like $5 and it was massive. I remember me and Sam, like, I got it and Sam was like, dude, what is that?
That's gone now?
I don't think that's there
Yeah, I
anymore.
wouldn't be surprised, but man, that's tough.
We'll look online afterwards.
I'm gonna put forth one more final twist to this scenario.
Okay.
Because we're living in a universe where you only get to eat at this one establishment, right?
Yes.
How about you get to also this includes this magical place that you pick also includes every single item that has been on the menu, past and future. Obviously, you can't predict the future, what's going to be on it, but like you could think about to the past. So you get access to all the items that have been discontinued as well.
I'm still going with Subway,
Still sticking to
even though
the
the
Subway.
things have Subway really hasn't anything discontinued to my knowledge. I don't really even know what's on the Subway menu anymore. I
I
just
don't
know
think
they
they
have
serve the
vegetables.
pizza anymore.
No, they still do serve the pizza.
You're kidding me.
I looked it up. Yeah, they still do serve the pizza. But I still would pick Subway because like I'm still gonna get gains off of it, and that's really all I care about because food is just
A vehicle.
food is just a vehicle for gains unless it's Sunday and then we're making ice cream, boys. But Sam, would you stick with Arby's if you had any option throughout time?
No, no. Any option throughout time? We're probably going to like it's either gonna be Taco Bell or McDonald's, dude.
Ooh.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Think because
Mickey
McDonald's has
D's.
had some like very strong menu iterations that they just haven't lasted that long.
Yeah, like the McRib.
Yeah. So
Pretty
The
sure,
ribs
pretty
of
sure you
Mick.
get fish too.
yeah, you can get all
The
kinds
filet of
of things.
fish.
Like they tried to go healthy for a while. I mean, I think McDonald's is a strong one. If the whole
I think McDonald's has unbeaten variety.
yeah.
Like just like the sheer amount of like time McDonald's has been around and how many restaurants they've had.
Mhm.
Yeah. You could get anything, man. You could probably get like milkshakes. You probably find hot dogs if you looked around.
McDonald's hot dog.
I think I remember reading somewhere that McDonald's served pizza for a
Yeah,
little
dude,
while.
the Mickey D's pizza. It's similar to the Subway pizza.
I remember, oh my God, that brings up a very old memory. I was with my cousin once. I think this is when we went to Colorado or something. And my aunt, my uncle, and my cousin, I was like with them, and we went to McDonald's for breakfast, and we had their pancakes.
Dude, their pancakes slap.
They were
still
pretty
have
good.
their pancakes.
They like talked them up, and I was like, "We're going to McDonald's for like breakfast. Like, what are you guys doing?" And then we got there, and it was like, "Wait a sec, hang on, you might be onto
Dude.
something here."
I used to love their chicken biscuit breakfast sandwich
From Mickey D's.
from Mickey D's. That was so good. I love biscuits just in general, and having the chicken biscuit was just next level.
Well, you know,
But
Chick-fil-A
Let's-
fills that need in modern times. Nah,
I do like Chick-fil-A's breakfast biscuit. They're pretty good.
it holds up.
But I do like how I can go to Mickey D's and get like 1,000 sausage biscuits for $1, which is also very not good for you.
Yeah,
But let's just finish up with this game.
right.
We have to determine a winner.
Oh, we do.
We have to determine our winner, and then the viewers can determine their winner in the comments. So we have Dunkin' Donuts, we have Arby's, and we have the Subway. I'm going to vote for Arby's. I think Sam had the best argument yet again, and he brought a wild card in.
So
AJ, what are you thinking?
Like, yeah. I mean, based on like what I know, I've never even been to an Arby's in my life. I've never even eaten Arby's, and I still like Sam's argument. And based on what I've seen, I guess their marketing strategy has been very effective. Shout out to consumerism.
Straight up.
Yeah, Sam. You know, I mean,
Sam, do you think you won?
they have the meats, dude. They have the meats.
So overall, I mean, the crux of my argument was literally like being as safe as possible for something to do for the rest of my life. So yeah, I think I won just based off of that. It wasn't the boldest argument out there. Like AJ had a bold one, dude. A very niche one, but bold.
Yeah, AJ went straight in. He was like, "I'm bowling on the block."
You know what's
He pulled out
interesting? You know what's interesting?
wild pick.
We're too efficient, Max, because the last battle we hasn't even released to the public at this point yet, so we can't talk about the outcome of it.
Oh yeah, we don't know what they voted
We don't even
for.
know because we're two ahead.
Oh man, we're gonna have to wait until episode 8 to figure out who won that one, and then we're gonna have to wait until like episode like I don't know, like 10 to figure out who won this one.
Wild.
But I think Sam, I think you get to take the title home again,
All right.
yet
You call
again.
me the two
You
time
won on a
champion.
technicality last time because Captain Crunch could go into
Turns
space.
out Captain Crunch's service record was like way deeper than we ever anticipated.
Turned out-
Star Captain Crunch of the Galactic Armada.
Oh my god, that man had a Purple Heart. So you win again, dude. You have the meats,
Oh yeah, we got the meats right here.
and we'll save the next game for next week.
Exactly.
But I think it's time for us to kind of roll it out. What do you guys think?
I have
think we're
I have
coming
a
up on the
final
end. Oh.
I have a final
Oh, yeah.
question for the group, and it's on
Yeah, hit me.
topic. It relates to food. Because this morning I woke up, and I'll make this quick. I woke up and I decided, what do I
No,
want to
keep
do
it-
with my day? I decided I
Yeah.
wanted to eat something. Where did I go? I went to a diner. And with the last year, like, going out and eating has been like literally not something anybody does anymore.
Uh-huh.
So like I did this and it was just so good. So now my question to you two is you go to a diner, what is your like item that you have to order at a diner that like sets like your expectations so that you know it's a good diner? Do you know what I mean?
I got mine. That's easy.
Go ahead, Max.
I gotta go pancakes,
So if a diner has good pancakes,
which isn't very hard.
yeah, it's true. It's a pretty
But-
low bar, but like, some places can't clear that bar.
So now you can't just look at their pancakes. You have to view their pancakes, butter, syrup
Combo.
combo.
You are so right.
Because sometimes
Max.
you can have a good pancake, but their syrup just tastes like it's out the bottle.
You are so right, Max. I could
You
not.
gotta
agree
have
with you
that
more.
right combo
The best
in
is
order
when
for me to be
the
like,
best is when they have like fresh syrup in that like little like funky thing where you put your thumb on it and it pours.
yeah.
I don't know what that thing's called. The pouring device.
Speaking of pancakes, I've managed to bang out 13 IHOP pancakes when it was unlimited pancakes in one sitting one time. It was wild.
Yo, that's pretty
Anyways,
good.
Sam, what do you
13?
think?
They're pretty big
Yeah.
too.
Yeah, that was awesome. And they after the first round of 5, they would only bring you 2.
So you have to do it
So I just
manually.
basically, I had to like tell them like I had to like make them keep on like anytime the waitress walked by, I'd say put another one in for me. And by the 13th one, I was dying, dude. Those things become like cement in your stomach. They're just turning.
Oof.
And you're just like, oh my god.
Did you lay a bridge that night?
Nah, I'm not. I would have to wait until the morning, and then yes, after in the morning it was rough. Just concrete.
All
But
right.
Sam, what's your go-to on a dining?
All right, my go-to, dude, it's got to be the combination of bacon with something. Because if a diner can't get bacon right, I don't know about that, dude.
That's a
Good
very
point.
good point too.
And this could be like anything, right? It could be like bacon and hash browns, bacon and omelet, bacon and bacon and pancakes. But the bacon's got to be good in conjunction with something.
Let me ask.
Now, what do you rate the bacon on?
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Honestly, a wide variety. It's just got to be good because good bacon can take on many forms, right? It can be. I'm not a big fan of crunchy bacon, but I've tasted some really good crunchy bacon in my time, so I'm not gonna discount that. And then I've tasted like I don't know if you guys have ever had the bacon with like the pepper along the edges, where the edges are
Oh,
just
yes.
straight pepper. Dude, that's
Oh
fire.
yes.
I have not, but that sounds
Oh,
awesome.
it's very good. You know what, Sam? I couldn't agree with you more, man. You make a very good point. I don't go out of my way to eat bacon, but like I also understand that like good bacon can take different forms. Like I've had like very crunchy bacon that's been great, and I've also had like thick, softer bacon that's
Mhm.
also been really good.
Exactly. And like you said, I mean, I also myself am not someone who goes out of their way to find bacon, but I think bacon makes a good like side piece in conjunction with a lot of things. And if you can make a good bacon, like that really shows you are a good diner. Because the bacon, like you said, bacon comes in many good forms, and if you can't touch on at least one of those forms, I'm not sure you're an okay diner.
Those are two very good answers, boys. I have to say, I'm impressed. I'm impressed with your diner knowledge and your diner clout.
What do you got, Age?
So it's tough because I was gonna say French toast.
Solid one.
That's what I had today. You know what I got? I got the French toast deluxe, which was, you ready for this? Like 3 scrambled eggs, like 4 pieces of French toast, a sausage, and bacon.
Oh,
And it
God,
was
sounds awesome.
immense, and I ate all of it. And I
Besides the
felt so
eggs.
dirty, but it was delicious. Oh my god.
Dude, we're dirty bulking, AJ. Just eat.
Just gains, just sheer gains. But yeah, because I'm gonna have to go with, you ready for this? It's gonna be an omelet.
Okay.
I love omelets.
A little grossed out, but continue.
What's that?
I'm a little grossed out, but continue.
What? Oh, because the eggs. That's right.
I hate eggs.
That's right. I'm sorry to offend
Eggs
you,
gross
Max.
me out.
That was not my
No,
intention.
keep on going. I'm just grossed out.
I love omelets, and I've tried for many years to like make my own. I could never make them as good as like a really good like diner omelet. Like the best omelet I ever had prepared by another person. Ready for this? It was a chili omelet. I know, Max. This doesn't appeal to you.
Chilies.
This doesn't appeal to you at all. And I don't know where you stand on omelets, Sam, but yeah, this was. I still think about it to this day, man. It was so good. It was so good.
Dude, shout out to the chili omelets.
Yo, bro, why is my mouth watering? What is this?
I don't know. Yeah, I don't
'Cause
know
you
why we
think
chose
about
this as
chili
the last
omelets.
thing.
This
but
is. It's
if you guys are
11 o'clock at
wondering,
night.
we're recording this at night, so I'm like starving right now. When
Yeah,
I should be
I'm
considering laying
struggling.
my head down.
I'm
Dude,
struggling.
I still have a day until I can eat really anything. We record this on a Friday. I don't get to eat real food until Sunday.
What's on the lineup for cheat day?
Dude, the ice cream I just made.
What flavor though?
It's vanilla with crushed up Oreos.
Oh my-
golden Oreos in it.
That's out of bounds.
A box of donuts. 2 boxes of cereal.
What kind of donuts?
Chocolate covered donuts. And then we'll probably just eat like a jar of peanut butter.
Store bought
then-
donuts or like?
Yeah, they're
Bakery,
store bought donuts.
okay.
I just bought them at
Okay,
Walmart.
that's fair.
'Cause I
Nothing
just need to
wrong with
shove
that.
in my
Listen,
mouth.
it's cheat day, dude. You gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah. And then we'll see what else the wind blows. Because we're doing Fruit Loops, which I was a little disappointed in Fruit Loops last week, but we're going to still finish the box. And I got Honey Nut.
Honey
I got that.
nut.
Yeah, Honey Nut. We're going back to the classics. Anyways, going back to the classics. How about we talk about what we learned today?
Ooh.
Sam, you know it's your first. You're always first. It's S, baby.
All right.
What did you learn today?
So thinking about what I learned today, I learned a lot about Max's taste in Pokemon.
Mm.
I learned
That
that,
is a
that
good-
Max sees his journey as Magikarp to Gyarados, and I think that's beautiful.
We out here Gyarados, boys. Thanks, Sam. I appreciate it. AJ?
I learned that Sam is an absolute like big brain genius when it comes to his bacon takes. And I totally agree with it. Because bacon is it's tough to get right, but when you get it right, it can come in many forms.
Yeah.
It can hit.
And Sam just articulated that so brilliantly. So, there you go.
You know what I learned today, boys?
This is an anti-game.
I learned that Sam is a false prophet.
What?
I will beat him next week in our challenge. Subway pizza never dies. All my homies hate Arby's and gamers. Thank you. Have a good night.